He predicted the rise of tyrants and fires that would consume a new city. But what did Nostradamus see for our immediate future? As 2026 looms, the question is no longer about his historical accuracy, but whether we're about to live through one of his most dramatic prophecies yet. Let's get right into it. Number 1. A leader will fall. The quatrain states, "Upon the king of the stump, speaking of wars, the united isle will hold him in contempt. For several good years one gnawing and pillaging, through tyranny in the isle esteem changing." This can be interpreted as foretelling a period where a discredited or ineffectual leader, perhaps one who frequently rhetoricizes about war, faces widespread contempt from a unified nation or populace. This leadership is then followed by several years of systemic decline, characterized by economic hardship, social decay, or political corruption. A metaphorical gnawing and pillaging. This sustained period of internal strife and perceived tyranny ultimately leads to a significant loss of respect and a shift in the nation's perceived worth, both internally and on the global stage. Who do you think this is about? Leave a comment. Number 2. Day of Gathering. The quatrain states, "The earth and air will freeze a very great sea, when they will come to venerate Thursday. That which will be, never was it so fair. From the 4 parts they will come to honor it." This quatrain seems to describe a global event of immense spiritual or political importance that is ushered in by a dramatic, possibly calamitous, natural or environmental event. The freezing of the sea could be a precursor to a new era of unprecedented fairness or beauty. The event is so significant that it attracts people from all corners of the earth to a central location to venerate a specific day, in this case, Thursday. The combination of a natural disaster, a unique day of worship, a declaration of unparalleled beauty, and a global gathering makes it a prime example of Nostradamus's complex and multi-layered prophecies. While a definitive historical or future event cannot be pinned down, it's a compelling vision of a world-changing moment. Number 3. A big reset. The quatrain states, "The end of wolf, lion, ox, and ass. Timid deer they will be with mastiffs. No longer will the sweet manna fall upon them. More vigilance and watch for the mastiffs." This prophecy reads like the origin story of a dystopian state. It foretells a great reset, where the entire existing infrastructure, from the corporate lions and political wolves to the laboring oxen, is rendered obsolete. Out of this chaos rises a new monolithic security apparatus, the mastiffs, who enforce a new social contract upon the traumatized citizenry, the timid deer. The sweet manna of past freedoms and unearned comforts is officially over. The new doctrine is one of total surveillance in the name of safety, a society where every action is monitored by its self-appointed guardians. The prophecy's true horror is its clinical neutrality, forcing us to recognize the razor's edge between a protectorate and a prison. Do you think this is political, corporate, or possibly religious? Will it lead to the betterment of society? Leave a comment with your thoughts. Number 4. 20 Cruel Months. The quatrain states, "The old man disappointed in his main hope will attain to the leadership of his empire. 20 months he will hold rule with great force, a tyrant, cruel, giving way to one worse." This quatrain reveals a vicious political cycle. It warns that a leader whose ambition has been curdled by failure will rule with a uniquely bitter cruelty. But his tyranny is not the final act. He is merely the catalyst, whose brief and violent reign shatters norms and creates a vacuum of extremism. The true horror lies in what comes next, as the chaos he fosters becomes the perfect breeding ground for a far more monstrous successor. The prophecy's details, the old man, the 20-month rule, are like a historical key, tempting us to find the lock in the timeline of world leaders it was meant to fit. Comment who you think this is. Number 5. Fatal natural disaster. The quatrain states, Sun 20th of Taurus, the earth will tremble very mightily. It will ruin the great theater filled, to darken and trouble air, sky and land. Then the infidel will call upon God and saints. This prophecy by Nostradamus outlines a cataclysmic event with a specific astrological timeline and devastating consequences. It predicts a tremendously powerful earthquake, one that will tremble very mightily, set to occur when the sun is in the 20th degree of Taurus, which corresponds to roughly May 10th or 11th in the modern calendar. The epicenter of the destruction is cryptically identified as a great theater filled. This could be interpreted literally as the collapse of a large crowded stadium or performance hall, leading to mass casualties. However, many analysts believe it is a metaphor for a major, densely populated city that serves as a center for culture and world affairs. The prophecy adds that the immediate aftermath will see the air, sky, and land darkened and troubled, painting a picture of a sky choked with dust and smoke from the immense destruction. Number 6. A political reversal. The quatrain states, The great Senate will ordain the triumph, for one who afterwards will be vanquished, driven out. At the sound of the trumpet of his adherents there will be put up for sale their possessions, enemies expelled. This describes a dramatic political reversal. It predicts that a powerful ruling body, referred to as the Great Senate, will officially celebrate a great victory or triumph for a particular leader. However, this glory is short-lived. The same celebrated leader will later be defeated and vanquished, driven out, suggesting a complete loss of power and potential exile. The final two lines depict the aftermath. The leader's supporters, his adherents, upon some signal, the sound of the trumpet, will take revenge on their opponents. This retribution involves expelling their enemies and seizing their property to be put up for sale. In essence, the quatrain outlines a full cycle of political fortune: a celebrated rise to power, a sudden and total fall, followed by a vindictive purge carried out by the leader's remaining followers. As the world marches toward 2026, the cryptic quatrains of the 16th century seer Nostradamus are once again being intensely scrutinized. This upcoming year is shrouded in mystery and speculation, with interpreters of his work pointing to potential global shifts of unprecedented magnitude. While the enigmatic prophet rarely offered specific dates, a convergence of celestial alignments and ongoing geopolitical tensions has led many to believe that his verses for this period are nearing their chilling fulfillment. Subscribe for upcoming videos like this and much more. Thank you for watching.